right. Well, we're back for another live stream and another round of the game of Snowboard. The wheel has been adapted again this week. Someone might win, someone might lose. We have given away a bunch of snowboards this summer, and you got 3 more live streams after this week to win. So do that. If you did win, you're automatically disqualified from Black Friday's giveaways. But you can win stickers right now. We'll allow that. Stickers are okay. TC, what'd you do this week? Anything?
I went up to Steamboat and saw my girlfriend's family and saw some of the guys up at P Tools. But that's about it. Otherwise, just worked. Just getting stuff ready for September. It's coming so much faster than it feels like.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Every day we talk about every day we talk about stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, we're like, what, 20 days out from the first top 5 dropping or something like that? Like, it's coming up rapidly.
No. We're 6 days away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Top 5
most hyped for boards comes out next week.
Yep.
And then that follows up with top 5 underhyped boards. And then we'll start rolling into that weekly. Yeah, it's crazy. Like we're getting so much done and ready, and there's so much stuff, so much work this fall.
What's funny about it though is it's like I don't feel overwhelmed by all of the work, and like it doesn't feel like a lot of work at the time, but then once you look back on it, you're like, wow, we actually did a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
we got a lot done.
It really sneaks up on you, so to speak, where you're like, I knew I forgot something. Gotta plug in the wired mouse so I can have the extendo reach, so I'm not vibrating everything. It does. It sneaks up on you, and you're just like, oh my God. Like 217 reviews is a ton of just a ton of reviews. I actually had to tell another company this week because they're like, hey, if I send you this model, do you think you can get it in? And I'm like, I know we can get it in, but I'm like, that earliest would probably be February. And the guy's like, oh, and there's no chance of it getting in a top 5. And I was like, no, those are filmed. Like those are done. Those are at the editors. And he's like, oh, well, I was like, you have a 3-year graphic, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, just get it to us in January and we'll do it for the next season. And he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, I can do that. Also, I updated the list for everyone that's watching this. We're down to only 3 pages, so we can, so yeah, that's
instead of that whole notebook.
Things just getting thinner and thinner by the day as I rip more pages off of it. Anyways, let's start off with this super chat from Slushy Shredder. You know what I want? Let's start this off right. This guy just needs a D to win a snowboard. Well, you get nothing. You get nothing. And of course, his buddy Letters. If the wheel's still friendly, above and below. Oh no, the wheel's turned evil. Above and below is now your enemy. The only thing consistent about the wheel is the inconsistency. Person above and below lose a letter, which is Slushy on both. Loses 2. You're just destroying your friend over here.
Letters.
Oh man. He's got Snowbo now. You're just hurting him. You're just destroying your friends. This is awful. For anyone tuning in, if you super chat, you get a spin of the wheel. If you ask a question below or above someone that is super chatted, you might win a letter. You might lose a letter. You might get a chance to spin. You never know. This is how we do things. But we are going to try to answer everyone's questions. So get them in the chat box. We also have a weekly poll going on in there this week. So for that, we have the question is, are you buying new gear this year? We have yes, no, sales only. Why? There's free stuff on the rack. Just walking by. Oh, new snowboard. Ooh, piece of candy. So yeah. All right, we got Slushy Shredder again. No whammy, snowboard. You're back in the weeds, dude. Oh, is it gonna? Oh, you got the Avon tax. You lost 2 more.
Oh God.
He's down to snow. He was so close, yet so far
buddy.
away. So far away. And we got letters coming in with a PSA. Buy Resort Twin. Click the links. Hashtag letters for all. This man's gonna delete everyone. He's won a snowboard, so he doesn't care. He's like, I won. Goodbye, everyone. Well, he got bankruptcy, but that doesn't matter. All right. Slushy coming in. Did I win yet? Hashtag buy Resort Twin. Hashtag buy Freaker. It's a rough week already. You got to ollie some slow signs. Letters again. Did Slushy win yet? Hashtag, dude, you're getting a Goldson. That would be the ultimate screw you. You win the snowboard, and then I send one of the old Goldsons that I cut in half.
Oh God.
So you just get a section of the board. I don't even send you the full thing. I just send you a section of it. Ouch. He got hit with that Avon tax again. This dude has just lost 6 letters.
No, that was letters.
Oh, wait, that was letters. You're right.
That was letters.
That's the letters. That's right. It's not.
I couldn't let him go down like that.
No, I hear you. It's okay. They're one and the same in my mind. Two bodies, one brain. Okay. MB wants to know, am I getting a free bankruptcy thanks to letters? It sounds that way. All right. Car Rex letting everyone know I'm buying a new pair of boots, new snowboard, and a new snowboard. Consume all the things. That's 2 new boards. I endorse this. Nice. All right. We got letters again. Letters for everyone. Hashtag buy Resort Twin for MB. Well, the person above and below lose a letter. So we got MB on the top, who he had S. That's gone. Ouch. Or MB was on the bottom. We got Car Wreck on the top, who might not be on the actual list. And no, so he's good. That's a safety play right there for him. So, okay. I like this comment from MB next. Is letters the letter Santa? Letters for no, he's Krampus, dude. He's fucking Krampus. He's ruining it for everyone. Yeah, we got Pat Zaransky. Everyone who says they are not buying gear this season should be banned for lying. Hashtag consume. Hashtag pray for snow. Hashtag big D for Slushy. Slushy ain't getting the D.
No.
Unless it's in his B.
Slushy's got a lot of letters to get back to the D.
Oh, we got reverse spin. Wait. Yeah, reverse spin. Where are we going? Well, check your screws, people. Check your screws. All right, we got Mike T up in Canada. 120 days to go. Hashtag make fire great again. Well, Canada's made fire great again this year. Fucking getting smoked out from you guys. Ouch. Person above and below. Well, Pat isn't on the list, but Flying Cow is. He lost his S. And he's like, it's 100 degrees on the West Coast. Yeah. And this notepad is flaming right now as the letters just burn away. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Got a PSA from our boy Cam, medium of media. How we doing, boys? Winter is on the way. Only 60 degrees here today in Conifer. Less honking, more tonkin'. Yes.
That's a nice day in Conifer, actually.
Yeah. Our boy Jack Offbeat. 99 days until Mammoth opening day. Hashtag buy your passes. That's true. If you haven't bought your passes, you need to get on that, TC.
Yeah.
I paid for one of them.
I got to do it, I know.
Yeah. All right. Let's give this man a spin. Ooh. Reverse spin. Let's see where we go with this. Person below loses a letter. That's Ole Vanham, who does not have any letters. So we got a question. Alternator 62 wide for all mountain ripper. I'm 195 pounds, 6'2", US size 10, needs to carve, jump, and handle POW. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know if you need to go wide, but you can.
It's going to give you more stability, better POW float.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're solid.
That'll work.
Yep. All right. We got Beziums, who's won a snowboard, which he's picking up in another week or two. You've got it at your house. Can you bring that over tomorrow, actually?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Canada got more 203s for us. USA, hashtag USA, 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 hashtag no BBC for Gorb. He bought a 203 quiver cannon from Canada because they had it for sale. He's buying it out, before, which is going to be great because the guys at the shop are going to be like, fuck, we threw away the box it came in.
Oh, that's good.
It's okay. We have a new sticker for the BBC. It says, my other snowboard is a BBC big black cannon. Oh, we got a reverse spin. You got nothing. All right. And then we got our boy Ben Donaldson. Clicked the link, scored a pair of bent metal actions for $100. Thank you for sharing the deals. Every Saturday, I've been posting on the community tab on YouTube different deals, and they're getting really good, but sizes are getting really limited. This week and next week are probably going to be the best times for online sales for getting sizes you want. Then it just goes to the wonky sizes like ultra small or ultra fat. So be aware of that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got a super chat from our boy Russ Jack. Top 5 spring break resort twins. Well, they've only made it twice, 2 years.
Yeah,
but I do like the spider graphic more.
I like the base graphic this year a lot, but I like the lime sidewalls from last year's.
Yes. Yeah, the lime sidewalls were good. All right, spray some skiers. Man coming in again. Hashtag gambling mood. Let's go. We're not gambling. It's chance. It's chance. It's all a game of chance. All right. You won yourself a small sticker pack. So make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and TC will get that in the mail. He's mailing out last week's winners tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got a rough top 5 worst snowboard influencers hour-long video. I could make one, but I don't want to give them any more attention than it's already there. Like, if you don't give them that attention, because they crave validation from real snowboarders. That's the big thing that I've realized is they're like, oh, I think we'd be friends, but you're just shitting on me. And I was like, because you do fucking stupid shit. Well, I think we'd be friends. And I was like, I don't. Like, you're the type of person I want nothing to do with in my life.
That's when you send that person the sticker. Just because we both snowboard doesn't mean we're going to be friends. And you just send them that.
Yeah. Well, someone was giving me shit about that sticker, and they're like, that's kind of a fucked up way to look at it. And I was like, no, it's not. Just because we both ride a snowboard doesn't mean we'll be friends. Like, Maybe I don't want to talk to you. Maybe you're a kid diddler. I don't know what the fuck you are.
Maybe pour with your guns.
Yeah. So maybe you won't ride a BBC.
Maybe.
If you won't ride a
Maybe
BBC,
you ride a
you're
Gilson.
no friend to me. That's why I made you ride it. That's rough. You got bankruptcy. You had SNO, and that's just gone. You had a nice start going. You were doing great. The wheel has taken. All right. Oh, God. From Russ Jack again. Top 5 letters bankruptcies. There's that one day, I think he hit it like 5 times in a row. He was up, he was down. He was all over the place.
Yeah, that was... Well, I mean, he started off so hot, getting like 5 or 6 letters, and then just proceeded to lose them all.
Yeah, right? Oh. Well, we got reverse spin, so let's do this. Ooh. It's funny you mentioned that sticker. Just found it. Oh, man. You got the Avron tax. Where are you? I know you're on here somewhere. You lost 2. The Avron tax will get you too. I'm a dick. I need to be paid. Where are you? I know you're on here. There you are. You had an S. Now you got nothing. You got nothing. All right. So let's see. Our boy Jack Upbeat, RIP. Hashtag Slushy Shredder's chance of winning a board today. Hashtag rest in peace. Hashtag RIP. Jesus Christ. This poor guy. Oh, we got a super chat from Tragon. Rip Slushy can have one of my freakers. You're so nice. You're so nice. He was bragging all week in Discord that he was going to win today, too. He jinxed himself. Oh, Tragon, you won a letter. You're up to... Oh, wait, no, you didn't. Next question gets a spin.
It could have been worse.
Could have been
worse. I lost a letter.
Yeah. Flying Cow, have you guys ever gone to a music festival / snowboarding trip like snow bombing in Austria? Well, we lived through what is that, Texas music festival in Steamboat.
Yeah, we've lived through Music Fest. We've lived through Winter Wondergrass, aka Winter Wook Fest, as I call it. But
I've lived through so many tours happening with bands playing. Like I remember when they set the portable stage up in the airport lot, and Killer Mike came.
Yeah, I saw.
It was Killer Mike and Big Boy.
Vanilla Ice came to Music Fest 3 years ago.
Oh God,
he was the closer. Yeah.
Was he as Vanilla Ice, or was he as Rob Van Winkle, or was he with his new metal hardcore band?
It was the country music one, but he did play Ice Ice Baby once. He gave it to us.
Must have been a really hard trip for him driving up from Arvada.
Yeah. I was really hoping he would just play Ice Ice Baby like 3 times and then get off the stage, but that was not the case.
No, you know what he needs to play? Ninja Rap from Ninja Turtles 2. Go, Ninja, okay. Go, Ninja, go! Ninja Rap. That's what we need. If Vanilla Ice is coming, that's what you need.
Yep.
I just can't get over the fact that he just lives in Arvada or Aurora or somewhere down in Denver.
Yeah.
He's a realtor that flips houses.
He is. He's a realtor mogul now.
Yeah.
He just buys houses.
Doesn't
even see him first.
Yeah. He's got his own reality show on like Roku or something.
He used to have that Amish show. Where he'd go build houses with the Amish. Yeah. They taught him how.
They did. He's an interesting character in general. He is. He had to walk so Eminem could run.
Yeah. You think he would, just looking at everything he's done, his acting career, you're like, this guy's an idiot. It turns out he's not. Turns out he knows what he's doing in life, but man.
You got to figure that he's had the weirdest career. So, rapper, professional motocross racer, country musician, metal musician, house flipper, realtor, Amish house builder. Like that dude has just had a life.
Don't forget actor. He was in
Oh yeah,
That's
as
My
cool
Boy.
as ice.
And That's My Boy. He played himself in that movie.
Wasn't he also in The New Guy too? He played the psychotic guy working at GameStop.
Yeah, I think so.
He like elbow drops the one dude. He's like, "You want this?" And just like elbow drops him behind the counter.
Was that him or the? Yeah, that was him. I think. Yeah,
that was him.
Yeah.
That was when he was in his hardcore phase.
Yes.
I feel like they wanted to get Henry Rollins, but all they could get was Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, let's give this man a spin.
All right, that's enough Vanilla Ice talk for the week.
Spray skiers. All right. We got Rough with the Goldson Warehouse Cookhouse. Let's see what this man gets. Got to spray some skiers, bud. All right, we got Peak here. Cheers, boys. Hope you're well. At what point does it become cost effective to buy a base grind machine, get your own shop? Am I on 18 snowboards? Yes, need to sell some. Hashtag waiting for winter. Depends on how much you're going to pay for it. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, our Jones rep has a grind right edger that he got for free.
Yeah, I think he had to put a new motor in it and stuff, but
the motor was $80.
Well, that's not bad.
And it was a pump motor. It wasn't even the belt motor for it. It was the pump motor for the water, for the deposit.
Emulsion?
Yeah, for the emulsion stuff. And he was like, it was like 4 bolts, and he put it in, and it was like, it's drag and drop. He's like, it was so easy. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you get a good deal, I say go for it. Run it.
But yeah, base grind machines are
garage.
They're expensive and they're really hard to move because they're
heavy.
like 10,000. They're 10,000 pounds. The wheels on them, like the stone wheel, is very expensive to buy one of those wheels, and then to buy the little diamond etcher to cut the structure in it, that costs like twice as much as a wheel. So if it's all in good shape, a wheel will last you for, like, if it's at your house.
The secret is you go get a job at REI in the tune department, and then you steal the supplies you need.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a big faceless corporation. Co-op. That's how you get free stuff, you know. Like that's what I would do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Tyler Hype. Got hit with the Epic Pass ad coming into the stream, so it's good to know some of Vale's marketing dollars are funneling into Angry Snowboard. Guess that means we're sponsored by them now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not getting a pass.
All right, yeah. We got Luke Descenian. Are there any downsides to Endeavor's single channel on the new director boards? I like the adjustability, but I'm wondering about having the channel between the features. I've had no issues with it. Their channel's better than Burton's. It always feels stronger. Great. It always holds better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think their channel's totally fine. I haven't had any problems with any of their boards.
Yeah. And then we've got the angry people in the chat. MB, Letters, you owe me a snowboard now. Slushy should have known Letters would screw me. So, yeah. And then he's over here. I'm sorry.
It's great that he has a picture of Ralph Wiggum, too, because it's like,
I know.
That's a Ralph move.
I'm in danger. I'm winning. We'll go burr. All right, we got Todo Mame 666 replacing a 2122 Jones flagship 58-watt, similar shape but more aggressive flagship pro, or is there something else I should look at? 5'10", 185 pounds, size 11 boot. If you want something similar but a little more aggressive, I would go with the deep fake personally.
Yeah,
you know, pro makes sense, you know, but deep. I would look at the deep fake from Ride.
Yeah.
What else would you say?
I mean, I would agree with you on that for sure, where it is going to be, the Pro is going to be definitely noticeably stiffer than the flagship, where it's a considerable jump up, where the deep fake, not as much of a jump up. I do love the edge hold in it, and you're going to get a little better edge hold out of the deep fake than the regular flagship, in my opinion. But I'm there with you on that one. Or you could try, I mean, you could even do like a Ravine Pro, something like that. Slightly more direct, or slightly more back foot dominant, not going to be as damp as the flagship, but you could do that. I mean, hell, I honestly think like a Passport would even be a little bit more aggressive than a flagship, just because there's not going to be as much rocker in it as there is in the flagship.
True.
I could be wrong on that, but that's how it felt to me when I rode them both.
Yeah, you could also like look at the new Rosinal 1, because I think the Revenant would be too much, or even a Stranda Descender. That might be stiffer than you want to go. But yeah, you got options.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Poor Slushy, just letting everyone know the wheel's being harsh today. All right. We got Luke DeSenier. Which now / yes binding is closest to the Jones Mercury? Select. It'll be the new Select. The yes Select.
No, it's called the Uninked
Oh,
now.
wait. You're right. Yeah.
Uninked or a drive. Uninked or a drive. You could do it.
Uninked. Oh, it's kind of like the two of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
you
got the drive, stiffer.
But if you
Uninked, a
did
little
pick up an
softer.
old set of nows, it would be the Select Pro. Would
Yes.
be closer.
Yes.
Yeah. There we
Mhm.
go. Francois Seguin, was 4 new boards too much this year? Well, the proper answer is N plus 1, N being the amount of boards that you have plus 1. So right now you need to buy another one.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We got a super chat from Ruscheck. TC, if Jones didn't exist, what would be your setup?
It would be my Rad Fuse boots for sure still. I really like those new Forces. Like, those things were sweet. So I'd probably do those, and then I would either be on a ride board or a Capita board, I think. So probably either like an algorithm or shadow band for like my daily driver, or a super DOA or Mercury would be the two, like from those two, that I would ride as my daily driver instead of like
Don't
my
lie, you ride
Aviator.
Pathfinder and a smoke screen.
No, definitely not a smoke screen.
The guys in Discord were commenting on that. They're like, TC didn't like the smoke screen, but he's recommending this board, and this board. Those are all better. Yes, because when a board sucks, we give you better comparable options.
Yeah.
We're like, we try to dissuade you from buying it so that you go buy the better option.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, wait until you see the actual video of what comes out of that one.
Yeah.
That one, a little bit of pleading going on there. Either fix it or get rid of it, because it's just pointless now with the moderator. It's pointless.
Board when I wrote it, I just thought it had too much rocker. It was too stiff for what it was. I was like, this just does not need to exist.
No,
doesn't. So yeah, it's one of those things.
I felt like they took the worst features from all the boards they had and put it together.
TC loves you. Get a letter.
There you go.
There you go. You're back on the board. You can probably go bankrupt again before the end of the day. Because that's how things go around here. You're up, you're down. It's an emotional roller coaster. All right. We got Keon Ulmer. What's good, Angry and TC? Doing my second snowboard trip to Colorado this late January to Breck. Any tips for that mountain? Last time I went, my fiance got lost for over an hour at Beaver Creek. She skis. So here's what you need to know about Breckenridge. Everything funnels to a fucking base area. It does not matter where you are. You are never more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 if you're a skier and you're slow from the base area. Like, everything funnels into it. The other thing is that mountain is like a wave in the sense of where the lines will be. So if you most people start on peak 7 or peak 8, usually peak 8. If you start on peak 8, take the Rocky Mountain or the Colorado chair up. and decide if you're going right or left or where you're going. Go high. And when you're coming down, if you look at the line on any of the mid chairs, like 6-chair, E-chair, any of those, if it looks like the line's long, blow past it to the next one. So if everyone's on peak 8, you want to go high really quick, 3 laps, then you go to 9, 3 laps, 10, 3 laps, back to 9, because everyone from 9 is now going to rush to 10. And then you work your way from 8 to 7 to 6 and back, and you have to ride it in a wave. There's also this great thing we like to call feeding time at the zoo. That is 11:30 to 1:30. It's a 2-hour window where everyone just goes to the base area of peak 8 to get food. Like that's really where they go. They'll say that they go to peak 9, but they don't go to the Maggie like that. They might go to what the fuck is that? It's right there at Beaver Mount, or what the fuck is that chair there? You know which one I'm talking about there on 9. The main one there, Beaver Run Super. Yeah, the Beaver Run chair. Mm-hmm. So they all end up at Beaver Run there at Copper Top. So that's kind of it. The other thing is, the end of the day, just take 4 o'clock run into town. It'll pop you out across from Asobi, the Japanese restaurant. You can go there. If you do, steamed dumplings are where it's at, as well as the crunchy Vietnamese spring roll. But what you do is you walk down from there and you walk behind it on the river walk. So you go down, you come across the street and you follow the bike path around Castaways Cove. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock happy hour. You'll thank me for that. Trust me. It's a shout out to my boys, Mick and Justin down there. I get kickbacks. I get free Rangoons every time I send someone. It's great. Just getting free food. So that's what I would say about the mountain. If you think you can go in the trees, you usually can there. It's fine. Like, Don't worry about it. A lot of people will try to tell you to go up the fucking T-bar or up Imperial. The T-bar line is usually long and shitty. It's not worth it. If you're really going to go that route, you take E-chair to Imperial up, and you hike Whale's Tail. You're going to get a better run down, and then you'll come by the T-bar. In that sense, if you're going to go up Imperial, make sure it's blue skies, because if it's windy and shit, you don't want to be hiking it. If it's open, you're not going to see shit. And 2, if it's windy as shit, it's probably blown off. That's my advice. You got anything for him, sir?
No, that's pretty much it. I've had the worst vertigo on Imperial that I've ever had. Like, didn't know which way was up or down.
Oh, no. I fell off a rock outcropping up there because I didn't know what was up or down, and I didn't know where I was. I was riding by Braille. And that sucked because I fell off the rock outcropping, hooked my heel edge, and then went back first through a rock field.
Oh.
Yeah, I felt that one for like a week after. That hurt.
Yeah.
Person below you loses a letter. You're not going to believe this. I'm just screwed. This is the worst. I feel bad for this man at this point.
I do too. I shouldn't laugh at that.
Oh, he was there to get aboard today. Like, it was.
He was
the odds were stacked in his favor, and they've just completely shit on him.
He was at the finish line and he caked his pants.
Like, oh my god. Oh, like no ever. All right. This one's for you. When will TC rejoin the Discord? Hopefully before the season starts. You too can join the degeneracy here. And that's the link to our Discord. I think there's also a link in the description of this video. It's pure chaos.
I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it during the season when I'm ready for the chaos again.
Ready for the you open it and there's 700 new messages and you're like, not even going to read them. Don't even care. Yeah. No, yep. I'm here. That's it. All right. Slushy Shredder with the super chat. Maybe no Snowboard, but I've won a ton of bananas. We do have spins going on in our Discord too. You win bananas, and then you're allowed to change other people's names with them. It's great. Because Banana Bot rules all. Check your screws, sir. check your screws. All right. And we got Insulin 801. Spin to win, nothing less than a 1440 will set. All right, here we go.
Put a little boot grab on it too.
That thing's angry.
Yeah.
It moved. Ooh. You get the reverse spin. I'm not going to crank. Oh my God, it got loose. The nut got loose. Switch now.
Oh, that was weak.
That was weak, but you got a sticker pack, so
there you go.
Make sure you email us info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address. TC will get that in the mail. So, you know, which we will have new stickers coming in the fall. All right. MB, the wheel is not in a giving mood today. The wheel has taken. It is in a carnage type of place. All right.
She's angry today.
It is. Simon, looking to get an all-mountain true twin to complement my Jones Mind Expander. Any recommendations? I would look at like the Capita Super DOA. Like that's a really good one. Maybe a K2 Hypnotist. Trying to think. Oh, like a Ride bench warmer, and if that's too stiff, a Zero. Nidecker Gamma APX would be another one. What do you have for this man, sir?
Yes, basic unink. The Tweaker Pro would work. It's just fucking stiff. Like, it's so much different than that Mind Expander. If you don't want anything that's going to be crazy aggressive like that, because I think there's 6 or 9 mils of camber on that. Like, there's a lot of camber in that board. So you could do that one where it's going to definitely be like handle all that speed and everything. Otherwise, I would say like a Roam Agent Pro as well. That board was super fun in my eyes because you could still butter on it because it has that double kick tail on it that looks really weird when you look at it, but it actually has a nice little pressing zone for you there, especially if you really lean it back. Otherwise, trying to think what else would be really good that's going to be a true twin. Because a Huck Knife, you could do a Huck Knife Pro, but
if you're going to go that route, I'd say suck it up and get a directional twin from Solomon.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I want to say like the Aviator 2.0 would be absolutely money for you, honestly, like better than a true twin would, or like even a Capital Mercury or stuff like that, because you're not going to notice the 1.5 inches in the nose. You're just not.
You could do an outsider from Capita.
You could.
Could.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Wired Devin Walsh. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun one. Get a good graphic. With it. I think we gave you enough options.
Yeah. If you are going directional twin, you could do an Antidote. That one's going to be like the most all mountain thing out there almost. But yeah.
We got Pat Saransky letting everyone know the wheel giveth and the wheel taketh away. It's taken away today. Holy crap. All right. Gorb, if this wins big, I sell some hard boot gear. You're going bankrupt, bitch.
Don't bring that crap.
I will just reach over on bankruptcy. Oh, Gorb. Oh, next question gets a spin. Let's find a question here. All right. Looks like we got one here from Charles Galinas. What's up, everyone? I'm considering getting the Capita Aeronaut 158 wide or the Crew Auto 161. Both of them really sums up my style, and I can't really set my mind on one. Already own 2 Korea boards, and I love them. Let me just tell you, they changed the auto for next year. It's not as good. If you say they both sum it up, get the Aeronaut. Get the Aeronaut. Yeah. Get the
auto's fine, but
they changed it. They made it softer for next year.
Yeah, and I wrote it, but it's not comparable. It's a fine board, but it's not comparable to the Aeronaut by any means, I don't think. It's so much wider than it. The Aeronaut's nice and compact and just springy and get the Aeronaut.
Yeah. All right, let's give this man a spin.
especially because it comes in wides this year.
Man just won 2 letters.
There you go.
That's a good way to come on. Free spin, and you're
Mhm.
doing better than Slushy.
Don't leave Ruff out of it. He just went bankrupt.
That's okay. He's been bankrupt before.
Oh, yeah.
He'll survive. All right. Let's see. We got Carpe DM, bankruptcy baby, hashtag 2-time loser, hashtag give me a fucking break. Oh, you're getting that reverse spin. Lose a letter. Oh, that thing is hanging on by a thread up there. You could have gotten in there, but I think you had 1 letter, but you might not. Let's see. No. Yeah, that's right. You were bankrupt last week. All right. We got E-Man Deluxe boots after a season here on the East Coast. You need new boots? Do you need new boots like this? TC's going to squeeze himself into a size 9 this year just to ride those.
I really want to ride them. I've heard nothing but great things about those boots, and it actually fits my foot really well because of that wrap liner.
Hey, E-Man, email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address. You won yourself a small sticker pack, so we'll get that in the mail to you, and you'll be good to go. And then we got this super chat from Ruff. This bankruptcy was worse than the one that came with my divorce. That's sad. It's okay. You still have your lowrider.
And like 7 snowboards from this past season.
Right. You got to check your screws. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Carl B. Is the Rome stale fish and the new gremlin too much overlap or a good pair? What year stale fish? That's the question. If it's that super fat, wide one that shares the same shape as the service dog, yes, that's too much overlap. But if it's the new one where it's all slender and longer and everything, then no, it's a great compliment to it. That's the problem. When they changed the shape, it changed how good it was. All right, Coffin. Any intel on Nidecker's plans for 32? They went big on boots between that and Battalion launching. So word on the street is it's business as usual over there for at least another year. So this season, and my guess would be next season, and then we'll see a change. They're still running it as a separate entity, so we'll see. But eventually, I have a feeling there's going to be some crazy trickle down from all parties on stuff. They would be stupid, though, to change the molding on the 32s because those fit wide feet. And there's just people that love them the way they are. So I think they would be better off just leaving them alone for a few years. Other than that, really haven't heard anything.
No, it's just business as usual from what I've heard from everybody. Is they're kind of branching out 32 to more Nidecker brands, like trying to hook people up in that sense. But yeah, it's just sell boots as normal. They're not changing shit.
Yep.
Way too late in the season for that.
Ooh, spin again. Next question gets a letter. Gotta find a question here. All right. We'll take this one from Destiny Noob. Got a Rome agent recently. Any recommendations for bindings for that? And you did get a letter too, so I'll put you down on the list. TC, take it away.
You could go like a Rome DOD. I would go Union Force. And then I would probably go like a Yes Select if you wanted to go with something with skate tech there.
All
I don't know,
right.
or you could go in on ink, but I think that just might be a little stiff just because you can really press that agent around. What do you got?
C6 from Ride. I
Mhm.
think Katana is actually a better matchup than a DoD. Just get more lateral play on it with the
Okay.
ASIM wrap in there. And I agree with you on the Force. Like the Force is a
Yeah.
solid choice there too. So there you go. You got 5 options between the two of us. All right, let's see. We got our boy Doug. You guys think he'll test anything from Cardiff this season? I've heard good things about the Pagoda. No, they're a pain in the dick. And when a company is a pain in the dick to get stuff from, like their riders are given their old demo fleet boards. Like they don't even give their riders new stuff. They give them stuff that's been beat up from a demo. They're too hard to work with. It's funny because they had put us into an affiliate program and I was like, hey, I need product to ride to review to recommend. And they're like, no, you're good. And I was like, not how this fucking works. And so when a company's that hard to work with, I just don't give a fuck about them. They could have the best board. I mean, their boards were made at GP87, but I honestly just don't give a shit about them.
I know a few people that have ridden a few different models of them, and they, from the sounds of what they said, is it looks better than it rides. Like they have a couple good models, but the other ones are like fucking hardcore stiff. Like who really needs this type of thing? And they're just really expensive boards because they pay to have like art on them instead of like just a graphic designer like everybody else. They like really want that shit to stand out on the wall, but they're putting a huge price tag on those things.
I know that when one of our shops here carried them, they couldn't give them the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like no one wanted to buy them. So, and they had a demo fleet too. So, all right, we got MB. Oh, wait. Sorry, we got to give Doug here a spin, don't we? Almost jumped ahead there. Getting a little bit of past myself. It's been a day. Doug, you went bankrupt, but you weren't on the list, so you're good. All right, we got MB. My last €2. GoFundMe for Thirsty Thursday coming soon. Yeah, so February 20th, 2025 at Ski Cooper, which is outside Leadville. We do our annual Thirsty Thursday. If you buy your lift tickets in advance, they're $30. And we go up, we meet up, and we just shred just this old school resort. There's no cell service. We're going to try to bring a couple of walkie-talkies. And we got a radar gun. We're going to do fastest lap down the front side. It's going to win something. So, yeah. All right. Next question gets a spin. So we got to go down here and find one. All right. We got Keon Homer. What all mountain park board would you suggest? I have the 2024 Arbor Westmark camber, but it feels very mids to me. Pop could be better. So you probably just want something with full camber. It's time for you to step up to something with good old-fashioned traditional camber or close.
Well, that Westmark has full camber. It's just there's nothing else in it.
Well, that's the problem. Is and it's also got the uprise fenders.
Yeah.
So you lose.
But there's no carbon in it. It's just
there's nothing to it. So you need something with some rebound and snap. So like Agent Pro from Rome, Indoor Survival, Spring Break Resort Twin. If you want stiffer, you go with the Outsiders. That's the Capita line there. If you're looking at Nidecker, the Gamma APX, the Sensor Team, I think is the one. It's not the Sensor, but the Sensor Team from them. Ride, you'd be looking at like a bench warmer. That would be good. I think the Zero you'd probably find a little too soft. Jones, maybe a tweaker, right? Yeah. A
tweaker is stiffer than the Westmark in my eyes.
Okay.
So you could, but yeah, I'd say like a super DOA. I mean, you could go a Huck. I mean, you could go regular Huck knife, and that's gonna be stiffer than a Westmark. You could do the main thing. Yeah, the main thing is look for something with carbon or basalt stringers in it, because that's going to give you so much more pop than just straight wood. You could even do if you
cool the Rad Ripper from LibTech for this year, or even an off ramp. But the Rad Ripper's got full camber, So does the off ramp. And
I was gonna say if you wanted to stay with Arbor, you could go with a metal machine. They don't say it's that stiff. When I rode that thing was stiff. Like they call it like a jib board. You can hit jumps on that with no problem because it's full camber, and that thing like I didn't feel that thing getting softer at all when I was riding it. Like that board caught me off guard. Or you could do arousing retox as well. That board will get you anywhere you want to go in the park or all mountain. Full camber, mid-wide as well, so you can go a little bit smaller on it. And it'll handle everything for you. I love that board this year.
You could do a Yes Greats, a standard on ink, basic on ink. If you wanted to do battalion, you probably want like an Evil Twin or Evil Twin Pro. But you might run into the similar problem. It's because of that 3D shaping and the tips. Oh, what else is out there? I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I'm not sure.
If you really want to step it up, you can go Nitro Beast. Like,
actually,
you really want
instead of going with the Beast, even a T1 will have more snap than that.
Yeah,
and then from Nitro as well. So, yeah, you got options. You got options. All right, and you got to spin. You got bankruptcy.
Didn't he just get a letter?
He's on the list. I know that much because I just redid the list and was like, oh, yeah, he's on there somewhere. I think. Where's it? Dude, people just getting destroyed today. It's maybe you weren't on the list. I thought you were, but maybe you had gone bankrupt last week. I don't know. When you shorten the list, it gets all these names start to blend together. This is my life. No, maybe you're not on here. I thought you were.
Nope. Oh, maybe he went bankrupt after the last.
I think he did last week. So, all right. We got Gorb. Spin this for Slushy. No, you can spin it for Gorb. Well, I love this. Slushy's beneath him. Told you I'm screwed. And he's gonna. Gorb, you're bankrupt. You have to sell your hard boots. All right.
Don't just give them away. Nobody wants that.
Senior Kobe, any Rex on magnetic quick lenses for chain for goggles? The ones that fit your face?
Yeah. I like my RVX mags by Dragon.
Okay.
But those fit my face the best. Otherwise, like
everything I've got's got a lock on it. It's not.
Yeah, mine have a magnet on one side and a lock on the other, so it locks in. So even if you do eat shit super hard, it won't pop out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think.
I think you're gonna have to go try some stuff on though and see what works for you.
Yeah, because you just go on. Sorry.
And look at the number. So if it says it's like a three mag or a 3M or whatever, that's only 3 magnets. So the more M's that it has. So if it's like 6, 9, whatever, the more magnets it has, the less likely it is to pop out. Like the Benetech goggles have 9, I think, 8, 9. If Tommy's in here, he'll correct me. But that would be one to look at too. So. Well, next question gets a spin. So let's see what we got here. All right, we got Angel Garcia. Any recommendation for a women's pow board that would be good in Japan and Tahoe? Thank you, guys. Whew, okay. How pow specific you want to get? That's the real question. So, like, you could do the women's hovercraft. Or no, it's just the hovercraft 2.0. It's unisex now, isn't it?
No, I think they make it in a women's. Just size-wise.
So that one would be a good one right there, especially for Tahoe, because that thing's a little heavier with the recycled core. It's gonna push through everything. With K2, you can do the cold shoulder, but there's also what is that? The Wild Heart? Is that the one that I'm thinking of?
I don't know. Because I always
Endeavor archetype is unisex, and they make that in the smaller sizes for women. Let's see. the Ride Deep Fake, because they make that in smaller sizes too.
I think that comes in a 49 now.
Yeah, something like that, 48, 49. I think it goes down to a 47.
I'd say a Ride Psycho Candy even.
Yeah, Psycho Candy if you want to go a little medium volume shift on you there. Let's see.
What was the other one they had? Not the Saturday. It's the
trying to think.
They had that women's POW specific board. I can't remember it.
Then there's the women's Rosinal version of the Slashimi. What is that? Why can't I think of it right now? But it's the one Marion Harity rides. I think it starts with an A. Is it Eris? No, it's not the Eris. What the hell is it? It's the After Hours. That's it. Yeah, the Rosinal After Hours would be a good one. Capita Navigator, because they make that in women's sizes.
Could do the Equalizer as well.
Yeah, little more all mountain free ride, but yeah, you can do that. Let's see.
The what's the Solomon Bellevue?
Yep,
as well.
You could get a 6-stick from Solomon.
You could do a 6-stick.
Yeah, because that's unisex and that comes in smaller sizes. I feel like I'm forgetting something really big that should stick out, and I don't know what. Well, women's Mind Expander as well.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Women's Ravine from Rome. Then there's, if you did Battalion, you could do the Surfer, but that's coming with a hefty price tag this year. It's like $1,000. But otherwise, there's the Thunderstorm from Battalion too. So that should give you more than enough options.
Yeah. It's going to kill me that I can't think of that ride board, though.
Hey, you won yourself a letter. Oh, it bounced. You got nothing.
Oh, twice.
That thing went hard. That thing was trying to go to a person above and below, lose a letter. So.
Thank you, Jack Offbeat. It's a magic stick. That's the other one from Ride.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. We were trying. All right. Well, from our moderator, Jack Offbeat, send me super credits for Fire Warbond. Hashtag spin for some new Warbond dropped in Helldivers. I'm now Chief Operating Fireman. That's my new job title. Spray some skiers. All right. We got B Shreddy. When does 686 usually drop their new gear? I talked to the sub rep the other day, and I think he said it's like first or second week of September. We should start seeing it. So if you're looking for any 2025 stuff, though, there are affiliate links down in the description for the stores that do have stuff already. So. Ouch. That's a hard bankruptcy. That is. Are you even on here? Might be. I don't think so. You're not. Okay. That saves you. All right. Let's see. From Tragon. I'm not surprised TC is promoting the Aeronaut. He's literally Arthur Longo. It's true. He's got Arthur Longo's photo on his season pass.
Yeah. Do I have that by me? I think it's in my jacket still from last year.
Yeah. All right. We got Insulin 801. I have a GWO and a Dynamo. Do I need a party board next? If you want to consume, sure. If not, you're fine. All right. Let's take this super chat from I Eat Ants. What's the difference in riders who want a Ride Berserker versus a Mountain Pig? Hashtag where are my balds never summer? Hashtag Brasco Jones. Hashtag public lice. Hashtag crab aren and ganoon. Well, the big thing is the Berserker is super narrow compared to the Mountain Pig. So like a size 10 boot is pushing out most of the Berserkers.
Well, yeah, because the 167 wide is a 260 waist width, which is narrower than the 148 War Pig. So that should give you some idea. Or it might be the same as the Warpig, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I looked
Same
at the,
rider,
what was it? The,
small boot.
let me see. I think we've got one right here. Because this should say on it. Logo. Where is it? Is that it? There it is. Does this say? I don't think it says. Damn it! I thought it might say the waist on this, but like basically, the waist on this thing is not that wide compared to the. I don't have a mountain pig in here, but if I grab like the war pig medium that we have in here, it's like this much wider. It's crazy, like how narrow that thing is. It's like one of the last few narrow regular width boards.
I feel
like it's crazy when people are like, my size 10 doesn't fit on a 25.5 waist width board, and I'm sitting here going, how? That used to be what a wide was. I'm like, huh? Ooh, person above and below lose a letter. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry to everyone else. Slushy, you lost another one.
But the way I normally see it is if you're built like me with a smaller boot, you're getting a Berserker. If you're built like Avron and have a bigger boot, you're getting a Warpig, or you're getting a Mountain Pig. Like, Mountain Pig's going to have that carbon 5 in it, where Berserker has carbon 3, but it's so narrow that if they put a 5 on there, I think it might be one of the stiffest boards they actually make.
They did do a carbon 5 when it was the High Life.
Yeah. But that was when it was wider, wasn't it?
But only for 1 year. And I was like,
okay.
Fuck, it was like unrideable.
Yeah.
I can't believe Slushy lost another letter.
Dude.
He's down to SN. He just had to play it safe. Make one comment underneath someone or just do it once and he would have been fine. And, you know.
Yeah, watch you put your comments under. If it's 5 letters, you're fucked.
Yeah. All right, we got B Shreddy with another one. Do you pick bindings by each board or by discipline? So we tried. So the way that we do it is, if the company that the big company. So like, let's say we're looking at a Capita, you'll get a union binding because that's what they're designed for, right? And then you get 2 more that are very comparable to what we think from union would be there. That's what it is. And some might be a little bit stiffer or a little bit softer, but they're still roughly in that same realm. Unless you get like something that's a piece of crap. Then what we do with the review is we try to give you, like Rosinal's a classic example. Boards are great. Their bindings are ass. You don't see a Rosinal binding recommendation ever. Rosinal, get at me. We want to talk to you about fixing some stuff. But so what we do is that now, if you're talking about like our personal boards, I have 5. I had 5. I broke a couple pairs of black labels. It's just consistency. It's the exact same binding on everything. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no weird things going on. I know what I'm getting with each one, you know? So, yeah. So let's give this man a spin. Well, that's harsh. Person above and below lose a letter. Above, Slushy. God damn, he's down to S. And then below we got MB, who lost everything earlier. So
yeah.
This is a rough day. All right. Okay, we got Aid Ants again with, what's the difference in riders who want a Capita Mega Merc / Mercury versus an algorithm? Hashtag Keystone Bumps. Hashtag Estes Park City. Hashtag Stanley Q Breck Hotel. Hashtag Here's Johnny Buckhouse. She's coming up with the dad jokes in there in the hashtags. I like it.
I like it. I mean, first off, if you ride a ride board, you're probably going with an algorithm. If your Capita, you're going to go with the Joan or with the Mercury or the Mega Merc. But otherwise, it's like Do you want something a little more aggressive? You're probably going with the algorithm. If you want something a little bit softer, you're going with those other two. Because I think the algorithm's stiffer than both of those boards. I don't find the Mercury to be
Algorithm
all that.
stiffer, only stiffer in the Mega Merc in the sense that the core profiling is thicker in the tips. So you get more give in the Mega Merc because Capita really thinned that out in there.
Mhm.
The Mega Merc and Algorithm are the same rider. The Mercury is like more that Rad Dad. And like they're all Rad Dad boards. But how much snap do you want? Now, if you want a lot of snap but fight with it, Algorithm. You want a lot of snap but it's easy to engage, Mega Merc. And if you just need something to do it all, Mercury.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. So, yeah. Spray some skiers. Spray some skiers. All right, we got Colin Leapart. Would a nitro alternator have too much overlap with a dinghy? No. In the sense that the dinghy has less tail, it's more of a carving powder board. The alternator is like that quintessential all mountain free ride board. That would be a perfect two board complement for each other. So like a little firmer out, you don't want to go carve. You're going to kind of just ride everything, cruise the blues, hit some side hits, maybe get in the trees. Alternator. It's a pow day, or it's just a day you're going out to rip hard turns. Then it's the dinghy. That's my takeaway on that. Because you haven't been on the dinghy yet, have you?
No, you rode that this year.
Yeah, because they added 3D to the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. Ouch. Person above and below.
Nope, it bounced out.
Oh, bounced out. Reverse spin. Woo!
That could have been bad.
Saved on that one. Well, person above and below still lose a letter. So
Damn.
That goes to I Eat Ants. He's losing a letter.
Wheel don't lie.
Well, that brings him back down to Snow. He had Snow. And the guy below just isn't on the list. I know that much. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. We got Ultramo Rome Cleaver for my Super DOA, a good combo. Kind of an overkill binding, honestly, for a Super DOA. You'd be better off if you want the power, but you still want to be able to butter around, going to the new Katana Pro instead, in my opinion. You're going to get more power toe to heel because it's got that carbon in the base plate, but with that ASIM wrap, you're going to be able to play around. I think with the cleaver, you're going to have that full wrap. Now, if you're looking for more power laterally, then yes, you want the cleaver in there. But if you're looking for play, then you probably want to go with the Katana Pro or even the regular Katana. That's just my 2 cents on it. You got anything to add to that, sir?
No, I was like you said, where they milled out the core on the nose and the tail on it. So those are a little bit softer. So in my eyes, I do want a little bit more of that side-to-side play where the cleaver, yeah, you're going to be locked in on it. Great for jumps and stuff. But if you want to butter and like on rails and ledges, you're probably going to want something a little bit softer like that Katana or the Katana Pro. I was thinking Katana for it, but if you got the money, you might as well go Pro and get it a little bit more damp out there.
All right, we got a super chat here from Russ Jack. Top 5 boards to skid every turn. Good old shitted turns. So definitely a Gilson, because that's about as mid of a company as you can get on there. Skate Banana. Skate Banana is a really good shitter. I think
last year's cruiser.
Oh yeah, last year's cruiser. That thing was just super shitty.
Not this year's, last year's. I have to specify they changed it again. So
yeah. This is what happens when you send us samples that are made in a different factory. And I'm like, this isn't right. This is not right. Yeah, the cruiser. Let's see. What the hell was that board from? Oh, the Legitimizer from LibTech as well. That board can shit a turn all at once. Paper should have loved that thing. Wrote it. Piece of ass. That thing's just shitting all sorts of shitty turns. And if you're riding a groomer, you're going to shit turns with the Uber egg from Karua. It's beveled and it's full reverse. It's a total saucer sled. Powder, absolutely amazing. Groomer, you're fucking dead. It's a shitter. It's a shitter.
It's a shitter.
Shitter's full.
Yeah.
Next question gets a letter. All right, let's find one here. All right, let's see. All right, we got Alan Poon. Am I buying new gear this season? Yes. As a matter of fact, I just bought a pair of new bindings, Nitro Poison, for my size 7 boots. Should arrive today. Finna get myself a pair of Nitro Air Jordans. It's not really a comment or a question, but we'll give it to him anyways. Why not? Why not? We'll give him a letter. I'm feeling generous here. Because he did ask himself a question. He answered it, but I'll give it to him. We'll give it to him. Size 7. God damn, that's a tiny. That's some Bernie level of shit right there. Size 7.
That's like Matt Ladley. You can fit on any board you want. Toe drag's a myth at that point.
Yes, it is. Toe drags is a myth. When you got little elf feet. All right, John Gacy rode the Burton flight attendant at Snowboard last season. You've said that the flight attendant is trash, so I'm looking to get a Ravine Select or Ravine Pro for Snowboard this season. So that I could, oh fuck! Oh my god, such a better upgrade.
Yeah.
Get the Pro. Get the Pro.
You could even just get the regular Ravine, and it's going to be an upgrade from that. But yeah, get the Pro. It's sick.
Get the Pro because you get that slight 3D shaping, and then so when you get off the tram and you're smashing pow, and it's funneling it out, you're going to thank us later. Trust me.
Yeah. Also, yeah, if you're at Snowboard, you're going to want that Pro for sure. Actually, stiffer tail, power.
Person, yeah, person above and below. Lose a letter. Lose a letter. Well, so the person above is Jason Evangelista. No, Flying Cow. I think he might be on. No, you lost one. So nobody's doing that. I tell you what, we'll be nice. We're gonna bring back now since it's mid live stream. You get a letter. You get a letter. We're gonna be nice. The wheel has taken away. Its blood quota has been reached. Now let's try to give some people. Watch this. This is how Slushy wins.
I hope so. You know what? I like the roller coaster of emotion he's been on this whole time. He's probably got like a 38 and a bottle of whiskey right now because he was so close and he's just like down to one letter. Like, I'm screwed.
All right. We'll take this one from Jason Evangelista. Do you guys have any interest to test the white space boards? Not really.
I mean, I'm not breaking the door down for it.
No, like that thing would have to land in our lap when we have nothing else to test. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll fucking do it. Because otherwise,
it would be,
I just don't.
It would be
shit.
Definitely
I
a preseason.
Honestly don't think they will be here in 2 to 5 years. I don't. I just don't.
I don't know. If he wants to give me one to test, sure. Am I gonna reach out and do everything for one board? No. That's just way too much work for what it's worth.
Like, who even sells them? Is Evo
the website?
Yeah,
that's it. I'm pretty sure they're direct to consumer, and I don't even know if you can call them consumers as opposed to. Pretty sure if you just hit up Whitespace, they'll just give you a board. Like,
oh my god, they gave away like 60 boards at High Cascade, and everyone's like, he's so generous, and I go, no, he's writing it off on his taxes. That's a marketing giveaway, you idiots. I was like, nothing's sold. If a company has that many boards to give away, that means shit ain't selling.
Yeah. It ain't moving.
No. All right. We got Coffin. Mandatory wellness check on Slushy tonight. Letters, you're in charge of that.
Yeah.
Make sure this poor guy's okay. Wait. Okay. Spin again. Coffin, you won yourself a small sticker pack. Nice, Email us info@angrysnowboarder to claim that, and we will get that in the mail next week probably because everyone takes a couple days dragging ass to get everything to us, so TC won't get to it. MB, did anyone actually gain a letter? A few people did.
Yeah, a couple.
A few people did.
Couple.
Yeah. We even had someone hit the jackpot and get 2. Beach ready spin for pocket baking. Hashtag Averin and TC are rigging this.
I don't touch the wheel.
I don't know how he's rigging it. He's not even in the building.
No. And normally
He's like
when it's
4 miles that way.
When normally it's TC rig this, I give you guys letters. So
yeah. What are you complaining about? You just won a letter.
It bounced out again.
Oh, next question gets a spin.
You were close.
I love this from Cod name 911. Why rotational bindings even exist when there are snow skates? Why do snow skates even exist? I saw a clip from Warren Miller from the 70s with snow skates. It's crazy with the clip-ons to the trucks, and they were just like, yeah, and it was the most Warren Miller thing ever. He's like, yeah, go out west, spend $100 a night on a condo, pay $15 for a lift ticket for something your kids could do in the front yard. And I was like, $100 condos and $15 lift tickets? Fucking sign me up.
I do love watching those like 70s and 80s Warren Miller movies because it's like I saw a clip of one the other day where people are getting off the chairlift, but they didn't used to stop the chairlift. The lifty would just throw you out of the way, and that was his job, to just pretty much be a wrangler.
Well, next question gets a spin, so let's find another one. Well, we'll take this one. It's the first one up for me. Will I finally get a letter? Probably not. We'll find out. We'll find out. No, you get nothing, sir. You get nothing. Yeah, that's where we're at. All right. We got Charles looking for letters. Well, Charles, you lose 2 letters, but you only had 1. You get nothing. You get nothing. All right, here we go. Thanks, Averin and TC. I rode the 156 flight attendant. Not sure if I should get a 55 or a 58 Ravine. I have size 10 boots and weigh 160 pounds. What are your thoughts? You rode it at Snowboard. If you're going back to Snowboard, get the 58. Like you could go either way, but I'd say go with the bigger one since you're doing more free riding. It sounds like, and just makes more sense. It's more effective edge, right?
I think I rode it in a 58, and I'm like the same exact measurements as you, so I would go 58. It felt very comfortable, especially when you get into powder. You're gonna want that extra float.
Ouch! You too got nothing. This is funny. Going back to the white space thing, Rustrack says, I saw white space first year in a Sporting Life department store. Didn't even know who they were at that point. Ouch. Yeah.
Well, I remember the first time I saw white space, it was just a Prada board, but it was his. And then he came out with the same thing and just changed Prada and just put his name on it. So, I mean, it's definitely a department store board, I would say.
It's an old Burton process is what they're using. It's the old cambered Burton process. All right. We got Wilkes Rides. TC, what was your favorite part about the ride shadow band? Drop some knowledge on these people.
I mean, it was a super approachable board, first off. Like, you get on it, and if you know how to snowboard at pretty much any level, it felt nice and at home. But the main thing about it was this thing was easy to press into and pop, but when you got it on edge, it holds the edge so well. Like, even though there's a bunch of rocker in the nose, you don't feel that. It feels like the deep fake where it engages really hard in that nose. So you feel very confident on edge on it, and you can take runs off on it. Like, you can just hang out on that board and have a great time and not feel bad about it or anything, or know you're going to get your ass kicked if you just stand up on it. So it's just super approachable, and that's what I really liked about it. But you can still get low on it and really push it to the limit and see what happens, and it's not going to fold on you or get super chattery in the nose or anything like that where it wants to just pretty much flip you over or anything like that when you're hauling ass, even in nasty conditions. It's just nice and damp and approachable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It's more damp than the algorithm because it's got that carbon array 3, so it doesn't get as much reaction from it. And people are like, no, more carbon will make it more damp. And I was like, no, more carbon will make it more lively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It depends how you lay the carbon in it. If you put it nose to tail, yes, it's not going to get all that nose chatter, so it might feel damper. But when you put carbon right under your feet, you're going to feel everything. Like,
yeah. Well, I think one of the best ones was this guy hit me up. He's like, well, the good ride is saying the opposite of you. Why would they say that? And I go, I don't know. Why don't you fucking ask him? My guess is it's because he's a fucking moron. And then the guy's like, oh, you think you're better? Explain it to me. So I was like, okay. So I dropped the knowledge on him and I just pointed out everything that was wrong. And the guy's like, I'm at a point in my life where I know where I'm licked. And I'm licked. Like, you have literally described everything that I could possibly ask. There's no rebuttal. You win. And I'm like, yeah, I go, that's the difference between me and him. I was like, I know more. I just don't give you all the information at once because it would be an overload.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that was funny. All right, we got John Gacy coming in hot with the $50 super chat. Thanks, guys. Get some tacos.
Appreciate that, John.
I do too.
He won stickers last week.
Tax. He's got the Avon tax. That's a rough tax right there. That's a very rough tax. You got to pay that. I think I'm gonna have to take that off. That thing's just getting too mean. It's just getting too. It's too mean, man. It's just too mean. You know. Oh well. Let's see. What do we got here? What's next? All right. Scroll down as far as we could. We got Mike T. Only place I've seen white space in Canada. They're still trying to sell 2023 models. Ouch. Ouch. Still trying to sell that shit.
I've seen a few companies that are still trying to move 2023 models. I'm like,
I mean, there's deals to be had out there. Spray some skiers, Mike. Spray some skiers. But yeah, there's definitely some deals to be had out there. Like Evo's blowing out all their demo stuff from 2017 forward. And I was looking at it, like the 2017 stuff's like $100, but then it like progressed, like the 2018 is like 125. But I'm looking at that going, some of those have probably never been ridden. Like when you worked at Evo, how much demo shit did you send out?
I didn't have. They were a totally different building when I was there. But
oh, really?
I mean, it's not in the same building.
Oh.
It's across the alley.
Oh, on the backside.
So you have to walk out, like either walk the person around or you let them through the back door. Sometimes we weren't allowed to do that anymore because I think someone got hit by a car driving through the alley at one point. So we couldn't do that anymore. They didn't look both ways. Somebody didn't teach them. Anyway, so they had to go to a totally different spot. But like I would go in there and just check out the demo fleet to see what they would have. And some boards were brand new. Like there were some split boards that had never been ridden and they were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like, or some of the demos do come from, they have like a program where you work at Evo, you sign up for this program and they give you a board to ride and like bindings, that sort of shit. And then at the end of the year, you write a review on it and you give it back. And a lot of that is probably like a lot of those people. And I know so many of those people that it's like, oh, you got like a Mercury this year. And they're like, I did. And like, how was it? And they're like, didn't ride it. Okay. Sounds good, I guess. And then they're selling that at like $150, $200 off, probably like $300 off. And it's like a brand new board. So you can find some stuff for sure, like that are really good deals.
No, it's definitely there. So let's give Mike a spin here. Where is it going? Oh, Mike got nothing. All right, we got Wilkes Rides saying thanks for the advice on the shadow ban. Let's give you a spin, bud.
Go ahead and pick you one up. They're nice. This year's is sick too. I love the base graphic.
Oh, Ouch, that's a bankruptcy. But I don't think you're on the list, so you're good. All right. And then we got John Casey following up his last $50 super chat with another $50 super chat. I've bugged the shit out of Avern for years. Get Baroness some treats. That dog lives better than any dog in this freaking town. The amount of treats that she has. My dog has no clue how well she has it. Like in her mind, she's a neglected. She'll be like, I'm not loved. He told me to fuck off while he was playing video games. I'm so abused. And I'm like, you have no idea how well you have it.
So,
almost got adopted to a or sold to a family from Wisconsin with 4 children under the age of 7. You know how fat she would be from eating cheese? She'd be so freaking fat. And she's a little dog. Person above and below, get a letter.
I have a question for you. That's John's second $49.99.
Oh, I'm giving him a letter. I'm giving him a letter for that.
He's not getting the 5?
Is that what it is? 5 if you pay 100?
Yeah, that's what I just read.
Fuck it, let's do it. I don't care. He's up to Snob. He's doing good. We'll give it to him. And with that spin, the person above and below each get a letter. So we got Pat Zaransky getting a letter, which I don't think maybe he's on the list somewhere. I thought he was, but maybe not. All right. We got Pat Zaransky getting on there. Pat Z getting an S. And then we got Cameron Holmrast asking, how's your AirTag snowboard coming? It's done. It's sitting at Wired Snowboards right now. We're figuring out, Rob and I are figuring out what we're going to do with that. And that's gonna get sent out at some point this year. What we're going to do, I'm almost thinking maybe it'll become a Black Friday thing or something. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, that's what we got going. All right. We've got B Shreddy. Any plans for a top 5 wide boards? Hashtag squatching. Oh yeah. Did it. Filmed it. It's done. You guys are good. Like you Sam Squanches are getting one, so don't worry.
Don't worry. We got some new ones, some fun ones this year for you that nobody else asked for, but you know what? We figured it was necessary.
Got that spin again. Is that going to stay in there? Is it? It is. Hey, be sure to win yourself a small sticker pack from us. Make sure to email us info@angrysnowboarder.com and TC will get that into the mail next week for you. All right. Luke Desanier, what's the difference between Wired's made in China versus made in Canada boards? Worth buying local? Honestly, the only difference is the clear coat in them. Like having ridden both of them, they ride almost identical. Like you can't notice the difference. I think the big thing is Rob was like, I am going to get overwhelmed if I have to make all these at once. Because what he does for like, if you want a local one, he'll actually build that to suit. The Canada ones, he just buys them in bulk and then he just, he can sell them. So there is that going on too. Okay. All right. We got this next super chat from TA Ghostman 968. Have either of you ridden J Peak and what are your thoughts? I've driven past it once. Nope. I heard it's steep, heard it gets snow, but it's on the east. I have no ambition to go east anymore.
Yeah.
Like after this past Christmas, going back to New York for Christmas, and it was 65 degrees Christmas Day, and they were charging $110 for a lift ticket to ride mud. And I was just like, I'm good. Yeah. Person above and below get a letter. So the person above is Luke Desanier, so he will definitely get a letter because he's not on the list. And the person below you is Jonathan Cosiana, who doesn't have a letter. So we're just giving out letters here.
Slushy stopped watching and everybody's getting letters.
I know. He's like, this is bullshit. He's like, this is bullshit. He's off crying right now because he's like, yeah. So close. was a rough day on the wheel, man. The wheel was taking very, very hard. Okay. I like this rough. My 6-year-old even looks both ways. I'll tell you what, man, living in Breckenridge, I look both ways on one-ways and roundabouts.
Yeah, especially on one-ways.
Dude, roundabout. I had someone come at me head on at the one by City Market 2 years ago. Laid the horn on, the guy screaming at me, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, and I was like, where do you want me to go? And he's like, you're fucking wrong. And I was like, no, I'm not. He's like honking at me, I'm honking at him. And finally, it's like, if I have to get out of this car, I'm going to beat your ass in the middle of the roundabout. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And I was like, back up like a man and let everyone get through, you bitch.
You know, we only had 2 people this year driving the wrong way at Copper. And I think it was in the same week. One girl was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And the guy goes, I know, I realized it. And I was like, okay, at least you realized it. It's like, you can't do that, bud.
There was one. I was leaving the one day, they came at me head on over by like where you pull off to go to Super B. Yeah. And so to be a dick, I just pulled sideways and blocked the whole lane and rolled the window down. And I was like, just pointed at him and was like, get the fuck over. And they're like, what do you mean? There's 3 lanes. And I was like, well, that lane is definitely heading west. This lane's heading east. That one's got buses in it. What do you fucking think it is, retard? And they were like, you don't have to be mean. And I was like, you don't have to be obtuse, but here we are. So
I did have one really nice old guy who was like, I know what I did and I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get over, but there was a giant snowbank. I'm like, at least you know, man. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And it's like, he's pulled onto the ditch, like letting everybody pass. And it's like, he's got this giant ass truck from like Iowa or something. And he's like, I realized what I did. And it's like, well, at least you realized it instead of the other people be like, what are you doing? And you're like, do you see fucking 10 cars behind me right now? You're definitely in the wrong there.
The best one I ever saw was I was leaving Copper. So I'm heading out on the eastbound lane, right? And this woman is on her phone, not paying attention. And like, and I'm just like sitting there. I've gone to a creep and I'm watching this. I'm like, is she going to notice? Without even looking up, she just drove right off the road into the median between that and the bus lane, high centered her car. And she just gets out and she's looking at it and she's like waving people down. And so I got the window down and she's like, can you help me get out? I was like, no, you're a fucking idiot. And I just drove away. And she's just sitting there like, and my friend, and this is when Bruce still lived up here. So Bruce like takes a photo and he's like, dude, the best part is security showed up, looked at her and was like, nope. And got back in the Jeep and just drove away. They had a winch. They could have pulled her out. They just were like, you're on your own. I was like, oh man, that's just so fucking funny. I was like, that's just too funny. Yeah. So, all right. Okay. We got Sejimon. Hey fellas, Red Dad looking to get a new rig for my 17-year-old, 6'1", 120, lanky kid with size 11 boots. He's looking for a good carving board and just entered into intermediate riding skills. Suggestions? Yeah. Put him on the sensor from Nidecker. Like that's a good board for like learning to carve. It's not going to be too overpowering. It's not going to be too overwhelming. Should fit those size 11s just fine. He should be good. Either that or put him on a super pig because he's so lanky. You could downsize him and that's going to fit it as well. Those would be the 2 that I would look at.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Anything else?
I would say a free carver. If he's definitely looking for just carving, like good carver, that's all he wants to do.
6,000
wide enough. Yes, exactly. The 6,000, because that's, I mean, his feet will fit on it. He'll still be able to flex it even though he's 120. So I would do that, or, I mean, honestly, like a pick your line, just a straight up pick your line, not the unink version, just because he has to gain some weight to get on that one, but just a regular pick your line would be totally fine. Find last year's, same damn thing as this year, and just pick that thing up for super cheap. Like that would be a great option for him as well, where he's not gonna like really need to put that much effort into it because he's got great leverage, but he doesn't have all the muscles yet. So
yeah, he's getting there though.
Yeah.
All right. Got this super chat from Daniel Naranjo. My friend is looking for an intermediate all-mountain freestyle board. Roam Warden, Agent / Brainstorm, or something else. Warden, just get the Warden. Just get the Warden. You will be so happy with it. Just pick up a Warden. Don't even.
I enjoyed the Brainstorm, but
the Brainstorm's too much.
It is. I enjoyed the Brainstorm.
That's too much in my opinion, but I think,
if anything, if you're going Slash, I would say probably a Happy Place would be the most friendly to him. But I mean, just get the Warden. It's there. You could find a good deal on it. It's a great board.
Yep.
It's gonna last him a while.
Yep. And make sure he ollies some slow signs on that Warden. All right, let's see. What do I feel like we're missing a question here or something? All right, maybe not. Okay. Ruff's over here. Top 5 ways to play with TCs. You're not allowed to touch him at Thirsty Thursday.
You
can look.
Could do a top 5. No. Could do a top 5 TC hairstyle, and we have a hairstylist just do my hair and just number 5, and then that's it. Just the hairstyle, and then just boom, like a 30-second video.
I want the Zohan. I want you to get the weird like 1988 Paul Mitchell like comb over thing. Yeah. So I think that would be absolutely hilarious to do that.
We'll do cornrows on one. We'll get it going.
Dude, I haven't had cornrows in forever, but I had them. Then I went for a whole year where I had braids with beads in it. That was hilarious because people were just like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." Just went.
It's fun. I love braids. Braids are so much fun when I have them in.
All right, let's check out on this poll we've got going on here. So we have 166 votes, and the question was, "Are you buying new gear this season?" We got 59% with yes, 13% with no, 21% with sales only. That's why you need to check out the community tab every Saturday because I post the sales there. And 7% with why. There's free stuff on the rack. Guess we know who's stealing. Sinners. You're all sinners. So, all right. All right. Hell best question to ask coworkers to determine if they're kooks, trying to suss out if they actually ride or not. Ask them how they feel about dope snow. Right there. If they're like, "Oh, I like it, it's cute," don't want anything to do with them. Ask them if they get up early to get first chair on a powder day. Oh, why?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scrolling, looking for something. Evidently, we skipped one.
Yeah, it was about a.
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, it happens.
He was 220.
All right, we got civvies. I can grab a last year's 157 Twin Pig for cheap. You weren't a big fan in your review. My board is old as shit, and I'm a bigger guy, 6'2", 220, size 13. It's just not a good board. Like here's the thing. If I had to choose between a Twin Pig or a bench warmer, I would tell you to go to the bench warmer.
The problem I have with that board is that it needs carbon in it. It needs a carbon 3 in it because after you ride it for a while, especially being at 220 pounds, that board is going to fold on you. Like, they'd put double impact plates in it to help, but it really doesn't. Like, I rode that board in a bigger size than I should have, and it still got soft on me. So I don't recommend it. Get a Super Pig if you can, like, especially being 220, 6'2" with the size 13. That's like what that board was made for.
If he's looking at the Twin Pig and it's cheap, like,
yeah,
you know, I know you're up in Canada, so this is what I would recommend. Wired Snowboards is blowing boards out for dirt ass cheap on their website, wiredsnowboards.com. Go see if they have a Recon in there, a Devin Walsh, a Vantage, a Drift. Drift. Is it? Yeah, it's a Drift. Begins with a D. It's the guys series, right? I think. Anyways, go see if they've got any of those in your size range that'll fit you. And if they do, pick one of those up. If not, I know Source Boards is blowing stuff out. So the Source snowboard shop. Check out PRFO over in Eastern Canada, Corbett's in Oakville area outside Toronto. All those shops are blowing shit out right now because it was such a bad season. Select Sports as well would be another one. Sanction Skate and Snow. Check any of those guys' websites and see.
Mhm.
I guarantee you're going to find a better deal on a better board. Like he said, at your weight, you're going to just blow that thing apart, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, if you are worried about like it being true twin or whatever, the War Pig and the Super Pig are twin on the side cut. So it will ride the exact same switch. It just looks fucking weird. But, to each their own. If you need a true twin board, I totally get it and like go that route. But if you did want to ride, I would look at those other two.
Yep. And you got yourself a small sticker pack, sir.
Nice.
So email us info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and TC will get that in the mail next week for you. And we will make sure that your new board that you do buy is nice and stickered up. So, there we go. Thank you to our moderator for catching that. I thought I'd gotten that one, but, shit happens. Sometimes you miss things. Yeah. All right. So we got Snowy Taka. Looking to upgrade my Capita Outer Space to live in. Is the Mercury worth it? On sale at $450-ish, or should I look at other? No, that's the logical progression if you stay with Capita. That's
Get
great.
that board.
Just do
That's
it.
a great deal.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Person below loses a letter. That goes to our moderator checkoff beat. Oh, poor guy. He's trying to do the Lord's work over here, and he's just getting shit on. This is just not fair. Life's just not fair. It's just not. Where are you? Are you on page 1? I can't even remember where I put you anymore. You don't exist. Or did you go bankrupt so many times? No, there you are. Maybe on page 3. Maybe you did go. You lost everything last. I thought you were on here, but I guess not. That's a rough one.
Yep, he went bankrupt thrice.
Thrice. Oh, geez, that's a rough one. Well, anyways, I like this though. He's like, it's fine. There's at least 11 snowboards in this house. That's not enough. The answer is n+1. You need another snowboard. You only have that's an odd number. There's 2 of you. Yeah. Each of you should have 6 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, I think we're kind of caught up on questions. If no one has anything more, I think we're going to dip a little early this week. So take this one from Noah. Can you explain the differences between the 3D bases of Battalion, Lobster, and the new YesSports? Go to their website. There's literally 9 different versions of 3BT for Battalion. Lobster's gone next year anyway, so it doesn't matter. Go to the Battalion website and look at it. Then go to the Yes website if it updates, which it hasn't updated yet. But when it does, there's their Y3D, which is I think they only have 3 models. It's based off battalions, but it's the more mellow one where it's closer to the contact points or past the contact points. But that's the big thing. I'm not going to sit here and break down 9 different versions and be like, well, this one's directional, so the tail's different than the nose on this one. Fucking do some research yourself. It's not that fucking hard. Just go to the website and do it, or go watch some of our explained videos. I drop them every Monday. There's a reason for that.
I was gonna say we have a great video on all of them.
Spoon fed to them these days, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, do a little research yourself. All right, okay. We got Julio Manzo. What's your opinion on the new ride moderator? I'm a relatively new rider and picked up a deep fake for a great deal. I love it, but I'm wondering if I'm missing anything as a beginner. It's more friendly. It turns easier. It's more torsionally stuff. I've literally got one sitting right here, sitting right there. So,
but I mean, if you already like the deep fake,
as a beginner intermediate, I wouldn't have gone for the deep fake.
But if you love it, you might as well stick with it then,
because
you're onto something. So I don't think you really need a moderator if you already moved yourself above that level. I don't know if it would help you to go back down to it.
So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think we're going to call it a day on these questions. We'll be back next Thursday for you. That's 3 more weeks to win a snowboard in the game of snowboard, unless your name's Slushy Shredder, because evidently that guy's cursed. So that poor dude. I've never seen losses that level. He could come back, though. We got 3 weeks. But if he doesn't, maybe Black Friday will bless him.
I think it makes it worse that it wasn't just a straight up bankruptcy. It was just
no, it's like he just
picking it
progressively
off.
kept losing letters. Like a bankruptcy is just like ripping the Band-Aid off. This is picking a scab and just making it awful. Oh, anyways, we'll be back next week. Next week, also Wednesday, first top 5 of the season will start. We'll have another how-to set up binding video on Tuesday, explain video on Monday, possibly even another explain video on Friday. Got to see what I get into and do stuff, but we're always working on stuff for you guys. Thanks again for everyone and everything you guys do and supporting us. We love it. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks, guys.